Welcome back to another episode of No BS Podcast, and we here with Circus Soleil, aka Soleil, aka I'ma Dance, as y'all heard before we even got started. That's her stripper name. She's not a stripper for real though. She's an entrepreneur that has spas, eyelashes, whole bunch of shit going on. She used to have a massage clinic going down. Whatever it takes to get you in that relaxing mood. And don't let her fool you. She had them bars, too, when she was out there rapping in these streets. She had them killer bars.
You put me on the spot right now.
How I'm putting you on the spot?
You don't got to let them know about that.
Oh, you don't know about your bars? All right, she had weak-ass bars. You know what I'm saying? But nah, she had some monster bars, song. What, you was doing makeup at one point, too?
Oh, yeah. I'm licensed.
Oh, licensed. See that? Well, she was working with the wrong people, but learn how to get to the right people. Mm-hmm. So what you got going on? How you been doing?
I've been good. I've been just doing what I need to now. You know, I got a podcast myself, but
what? What's the
today's about you.
What's your podcast be talking about? What you got going on? Let's talk about your podcast.
So I got Soleil City going on.
What's in the city?
Me. That heat. No, but right now my episodes are pretty much focused on relationships, knowing your love language. I have an episode coming up where someone requested for me to talk about my experience with motherhood with my daughter. And yeah, it's been going good.
Oh, good, huh? What about relationships that's intrigued you to have them type of topics?
So, like I told everyone, I pretty much wanted to start the podcast because I realized in my daily life, a lot of people tend to turn to me for advice. So, and sometimes
you're the unlicensed therapist friend.
Right?
Oh, shit.
Some of their situations kind of mesh, like it's alike. So I'm just like, instead of giving the same advice, almost close to the same advice to every person, I might as well just do a podcast. And I like to be expressive. I like to give advice.
What's the weirdest advice you had to ever gave? The weirdest.
I think someone asked me like what type of lingerie she should wear.
That was the weirdest?
To me, yeah, because I'm just like, I don't know. I know what kind of lingerie I like, but I don't know if you want to have your nipples on. I don't know what you want to do now, but.
And that was weird to you because she asked you for your lingerie advice?
Yeah.
You could have been like laces. You could have been like laces or satin. What feels comfortable in your skin?
That ain't none of my business.
But you made it your business when you start giving advice on it.
You're right. But I mean, it makes it, I love being engaged with people when it comes to certain topics because I know how it is. Like, I grew up being a rebel. So as I got older and started seeing life in a different way, and then having a daughter is like the icing on the cake for me. So
right,
it makes the experience of things like, hey, I can let you know this, or I can give you advice on this. And, I'm the type of person where I'm just like, I'm going to give you the advice. I don't expect for you to run with it. I'm not going to be mad if you don't use the advice. That's your life.
So why are they coming to you for advice if you don't care how the outcome is?
No, because that's in the end, that's still their choice on what they want to do. Like if someone comes and says, hey, because you have those females that are like, oh no, girl, you need to leave him. Just leave.
Right.
I'm not that type. I support you if you want to leave. I support you if you want to work it out and stay.
Right.
Yeah.
Man, that's a lot.
What you be telling them? You the type to be like, get your ass on.
I get real advice. I'll be like,
saying?
First it depends. I'll be like, how long y'all been together again? 15 years. Is 15 years really worth losing everything that you worked so hard for? Is it really? Like, over because he didn't want to put the trash in the trash can? Because the older the relationship.
But what about when it gets like severe?
What's severe?
I know some people.
Give me an example.
So,
'Cause
example.
I'm gonna walk you through. I'm gonna walk you through this. Go ahead, give me
I'm
an
not
example.
gonna say too much,
don't
but
have to-
I am dealing with a friend that's going through something like that. You know, their man is insecure.
Well, let's not. Insecurities. I'm gonna say let's not throw nobody on the spot.
Yeah, we
These
ain't
are
gonna do that.
examples.
Yeah.
These are hypotheticals.
Okay, so-
you know what I'm saying?
You know, a guy is insecure. He likes for his woman to be bigger, so she's not, you know, taking care of her health. Now she's starting to slim down. She's starting to be a part of a group, which is me and another friend, and we work out, you know.
Okay.
So he's just like,
Why would you consider insecure not just what he likes?
He told her she looks like one of those hoes on the streets because she was wearing workout clothes.
Well, have you seen the workout clothes
Yes.
these days?
Well, she actually was very appropriate for what she was wearing. He told her to wear jeans to the gym. Now, we know you can't wear no
nah.
jeans to no gym. He told her to dress like a nun.
You was right there when he said it.
I had just walked away because I was like, I don't want to be a part of this.
Y'all sure he wasn't playing? But for the most part, right? Most people are insecure regardless. Everybody got insecurities about their significant others, no matter what it is. His it might be as a parents. Hers might be just somebody just saying, hey, or looking at him.
Right.
Everybody got insecurities. That's just one of his, but that doesn't make him a bad person.
Yeah.
He just know what he likes and what he prefers.
But what about when it starts to get in the way of, you know, that person's confidence?
Well,
Because, I mean, to say, you know, you dressing like one of them hoes.
so
and,
let me tell you something. You got to love yourself first. You got to you got to understand your confidence comes from you, not nobody else. Because it's hard for somebody to tell me what I can and can't and who I am.
Right.
Because I already know myself. And then two, I recommend all couples go through therapy, not together, but separately.
Separate. I did tell her that.
You know what I'm saying? Go through therapy separately because there's things in that might trigger him on the reason why he might feel that way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Instead of saying he's insecure, he might have had a traumatic situation
Yep.
that affected him, and he not realized he could have been 3 or 4 or 5 years old.
I did tell her that
And-
too. She said she went for herself, and I told her, you know, express to him for him to go. And she's like, you know, she said it, and he was not going to do it. I don't know what that.
But I mean, that's still their relationship. But at the end of the day, she needs to go and find out what's not making her confident. You know what I'm saying? What is holding her back? And I just think everybody should do some type of
And
therapy.
I think she knows, because I mean, her coming out of this bubble as a full-time mom and being able to have an outlet like working out with girls, because I can tell you as a mom, it's consuming. You know, being in the home, taking care of a child, not having the time or trying to find the time to get time to yourself and make yourself feel beautiful after pregnancy or whatever the case is. I used to be like, oh no, but now
And now that you're
experiencing it, I'm just like, oh, okay, I get it. So
Right.
now I'm starting to do things that I love, and you know, my man's supportive of me working out and taking the time to make sure that my body's healthy.
Yeah,
So-
because he like your man like his sanity. You know what I'm saying? Girl, go out the house and work out. Take all the time. I got her.
Yeah.
Go take all the time you need with your relationship crew. And when y'all get done, hey, stop, relax, go have a smoothie or something. Don't rush back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I mean, he understand where it's gonna take for the. See, that's part of the relationship, understanding what each other need in order to make
Yeah.
it work. So
And he understands now that the mental is a part of it.
yeah,
Because if your mental ain't on or it's not screwed on right,
do you give him his space though?
oh yeah. Oh yeah. Like at first, when we first got together now, like I want to say maybe the second year of the relationship,
Right.
I was more come to me, like I want to be around you, and that lasted for like about 2 years, but
So that's
now
the
I'm just
honeymoon.
now I'm just like, yeah, go ahead.
Leave me the hell alone.
And it's different now with a daughter. It makes it like, okay, you take care of her, I take care of her, we're around each other, this, that. Okay, now you go find your outlet. You want to go, you know, work on your truck, do that. I want to go maybe go to the gym or hang with the girls for a second. And he's just like, okay, no problem.
Yeah, he understand what it's gonna take. But how long the other couple been in a relationship?
12 years.
12 years? Mm-hmm. Oh, they ain't going nowhere. They ain't insecurities. Buddy already got what he likes. And she trying to take that away from him. She trying to bamboozle him.
Look, I don't know.
She bamboozled.
I don't know.
Are they married?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. There's a couple situations where I had, some people have to leave because it was getting too controlling.
Well, what is considered too controlling? Everybody got different triggers. So I don't know what too controlling is.
But you also want to be supportive of your partner, though. I mean, not like, oh, yeah, babe, go out there and go strip. Show that body off. There are people like that. Look at you.
Girl, you better do that right now. Matter of fact, let's get practice. Hold on. Let me go set this up in the room so you can practice. Let me get my wands. You know what I'm saying? This right here for the light bill. So you better work it for the light bill. Get it. But go. Nah, I'm 100% supporter. Go ahead. That's what you gonna do.
Yeah, there's guys that are just like, go do that so we can make this money and, come back home. And there's just, but you got to build your woman's confidence up, especially when she has kids,
You would think that.
Having those hormones, because I'm going to tell you, anybody could be mad at me, but I was the type that was like, yeah, postpartum, I'm a get out of that easily.
Yeah.
Boy, I'm just getting out of postpartum, but, people would never be able to tell. Maybe like the first few months of my daughter being born, but nobody would be able to tell after a while because I was like, I'm going to fight this. Because once the doctor was like, I'm going to put you on some pills, I said, who?
Yeah.
Because I don't trust stuff like that. I feel like it's going to make it worse.
Right.
So I'm just like, I got this.
I would say my wife had to be a trooper. We dropped the baby and we was back at work like 2 weeks later. And we was on vacation. Like she dropped the baby.
Sir.
We was at the house.
Right.
I think we was there I think she took leave. She was out for maybe a month for both kids. Maybe a month. But she was so aggravated. I just want to get back to work. I got work to do.
An outlet though.
No, she just had work to do. She like that to this day. That just
Oh wow.
That's before the kids. Like, yo, what we doing? All right, boom. I got it. Let me get back. I got things to do. I'm the same way though, because that's why we work so well together. Because I'm like, yo, I ain't got time for this. I'm about to go. Mm-hmm. I was golfing. She was golfing with us. My mama was watching the baby. Her mama was there watching the baby.
See, I could understand that because when I first had my daughter, I was just like, okay, I got to find something to do. But me being an entrepreneur, I'm like, okay, well, I'm about to start baking again, and I'm going to do this.
That went left real quick, didn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Why? Because you at the house. See, we was doing stuff out the house. We was kicking it, and boom. Like, we was hardcore. So she didn't, I don't think, it's now thinking back, I don't think she experienced none of the system, none of the sicknesses, none of the postpartum thing. Like, I think the worst thing she experienced was getting 2 epidurals in her back. And one of them was my fault because the doctor came in the room and Clemson was playing Gamecocks and he was a Gamecock. No, he was a Clemson fan. I was rooting for the Gamecock. And he was putting needle in to give it because at first she was like, I'm doing natural, I don't need none of that.
Right.
But once Madison started kicking, doc. So the first time we was in there, he came in with his Clemson stuff on. I was like, yo, you know we about to score. We about to score. And as he was getting ready to put the needle in, as soon as he put the needle in, I was like, touchdown, God damn it. He was like, she said, I don't think that's right. But good thing she's an accident lawyer. But the second time, he was like, yo, I'm going to have to give you another one. I didn't get this in correctly.
You don't need to be in no room with nobody.
I was like, hey, Doc, I ain't going to say, let me cut this TV off because we too focused. Once he gave it to her, we was back to normal. Boom, push out. And then you know what? My child came out nosy too. No lie. Once she came out, and then they wipe him off and sit him on that thing. She looked up like this. And I said, oh, well, we got a nosy baby.
Man, when our daughter came out, we was looking at her like, is this supposed to happen? She came out with a cone head. So we was scared. We was like,
oh, they got to shape it.
yeah.
Yeah, they got to shape it. I'm going to tell you it was nasty, right? The doctor, and I know because my mama was there, her parents and them was there. So when our child came out, I was there the whole time. I was holding the leg. We and the doctor. I was in there like a trooper. Push, because she's 6'4", so she's strong. They're not used to nobody that tall.
Right.
He was a Nigerian. He was about 6'5". I'm 6'4". Then she's strong because she played basketball, so her legs are strong. So every time they said push, she was pushing the nurses forward. So the doc was like, "Yo, I need your help." So I had to grab a leg. And them two had the other leg, and she was pushing. So my child came out. And immediately, all I seen was gray, right? Because you know all the stuff. So they was like, do you want to, he picked it up to my, Sean, do you want to hold the baby? I was like, oh, hell no. We ain't going to wash her? He like, she great. Can we wash? I was like,
You ain't shit.
ain't nothing. Then I had my polo on too. Because, you know, you got to go to the doctor. You deliver, you got to be fresh. Because everybody going to come and take pictures. She had her hair done. You know what I'm saying? she had her hair done and her makeup done. Yeah, she had her hair and makeup done because we had just got it done. And he told me, here, hold her. Hell nah. No, hey, y'all just gonna hand it to me like this? Y'all don't want to wash her or nothing?
Man, I got this picture. My boyfriend took a picture after I had the baby. He's like, look, all you see is like a double chin pop up looking. And I'm just like, oh, there she goes. I mean, I'm not going to lie. The experience of birth it's a blessing. It actually now to me, when I think about it, it's like, oh, it was fun kind of thing. But during, oh, hell no.
I had fun the first time because everybody heard all the horror stories. Wait till you see what happened. But shit, I was in it. I was like, I was giving my prep talk.
Oh,
I was like, it's fourth quarter, 1 minute on the line. We need 3 pushes. Doc said, come on, you got it. Give it 3. I'm like, we got
Leave it
3.
to you. Leave it
Let's
to
push
you
it
to
3.
say that.
1, 2, this is the fourth quarter. We almost there. Push.
Look, my friend told me, she was telling me how to push when I go in there. She's like, push like you taking a shit.
Yeah.
And then when I did, they were like, wow, she's pushing so well. I'm like, if you only knew.
But literally, that's what they tell them.
Yeah.
And some people do take a shit on themselves.
Man,
I mean, it's part of
was
it.
praying that did not happen. I was like, what if my baby head landed?
Nah, because they got the bag right there. They got a bag. See, I scoped out the whole scene because they got bags right there just in case that happened. And then he's a catcher, so he's above it. So he's like, it can slide. The shit can slide down and he can slide up.
I just thought it was so cool how they were putting monitors on like her head and everything, just to make sure that everything was well with her. I was like, oh snap, they do that? Like,
yeah,
it was a cool experience.
I know that day me and the nurse got into it, right? Because you know they put him in a little incubator room and all the parents, all the grandparents and them were sitting looking out the window. So I'm inside. Mind you, by this time she's already 30 minutes out in the world now. They done washed her, cleaned her. She ain't cried not one bit. You know what I'm saying? So now they go in the room. So I go in the room too. I'm sitting here like, yeah, my nosy ass baby. That's all I can think because the whole time, all she's doing is looking around. Ain't making a sound, just looking. So I get the nurse walks in the room and she said, she hasn't cried yet. I was like, hell no, she got her daddy jeans. That's right. So she goes to pinching. Right? And I was like, pinching her ass too. And she was like, ow. She was like, why you pinch me? I was like, why don't you pinch her? You know what I'm saying? She was like, we're trying to get her to cry. Well, that ain't a good way to pinch somebody. Why would you hurt?
Right?
I said, why would you bring pain to my child her first time in the world? I said, apparently she don't need to cry. She sees what the hell going on. She's aware of what's happening. She is watching. She is very observant. Well, we just trying to see if she going to cry. I said, does it help the tear ducts? Like, I'm trying to understand.
Right.
Like, do you need to see tears? Because her eyes are watery. You know what I'm saying? She was like, no. I was like, then you don't need a pincher no more. Well, I said, every time you pinch her, I'm pinching your ass too. Then the doc came in the room. Doc said, why are you still trying to pinch her? She was like, because she didn't cry. He said, she fine. She here.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
here and healthy and breathing.
She here. She breathing.
None of that other stuff.
He said, we're just going to monitor from this point on. And we was in that thing for 3 or 4 days, and we was out.
Man.
Yeah, I remember them. It was funny to me because I was in there. Now, the second child, I had to just work 16-hour shift. Woo! Boy, you ever just wake up in the middle of the night, or you just come home from the club and you're feeling hungry, don't know what to eat, but you want to try something healthy and you want to try something that's going to be good? Man, I suggest you try this caramel popcorn that I got from Good Life. And if you're looking for something that's going to be satisfying, soothing, and relax you from a long day, and it's not killing your calories or messing up your health, man, go to getgoodlife.com and try these caramel popcorns. I'm telling you, not only is the popcorn good, hold on. Boy, let's talk about these cookies. We got peanut butter and chocolate chip. I know some of y'all sitting at the house wondering like, dang, I wonder how it tastes. Don't wonder. Go get it. Go to getgoodlife.com and don't waste no time, because I'm telling you, you think one cookie good, wait till you try the other cookie. Sitting at the house fiending for them. You probably order some more. So I suggest when you do go to getgoodlife.com and you ordering these cookies, don't order just one. Order like 5 or 6. It'll do you justice. Save yourself the headache and waiting, because they do ship around the world. So no matter where you at, order it. Hold on, but I ain't finished. Hold on. For all my healthy people that's out there wondering what this is sea moss. And not just regular sea moss. It comes from St. Lucius farming sea moss. Like, yeah, it don't get no better than that. The name St. Lucius alone tell you that it's some good shit. You get what I'm saying? It tell you that it's some good shit. So when you go to getgoodlife.com and you trying to get healthy and well and want that good sea moss, this is where we at. So not only we got the sea moss, we got the popcorn, time out, and the cookies. But I ain't finished that. We got one more thing I'm going to introduce. I'll come back later with the rest of them, but I want to get these gummies out the way. Hold on. I'm sorry, I lied. We got 2 more things to talk about. There's pain relief for all y'all athletes like me that used to play ball, that wake up with joint pains and wake up with numbness in the leg or the arm. A matter of fact, some of these old folks, it's to a point I'm old enough to tell y'all. I woke up the other day, leaned out the bed, and I sneezed. And when I sneezed, it felt like I threw my back out. My back was sore for a day or two. Until I rolled over, I told my wife, please spray me with this. Pain be gone. Once she sprayed with that pain be gone, took nothing but 5 minutes. Man, I was able to get up and stretch and move normally. But before that pain be gone hit my back, I was a wrap. Like, I just laid back in the bed and couldn't believe what was going on. My body was hurting. But after I hit my back with that pain be gone, I hit myself with this good time sleep gummy, because I wanted to go back to sleep after that shit because my shit was hurting. So I took that gummy, laid down, relaxed. Like I said, when I woke up, couldn't tell it even happened. So once again, shout out to our sponsors. Shout out to getgoodlife.com is where all the good shit is at. So you can have a good life. Why wait? You can do it now. Don't wait till you're having a miserable life to have a good life. We can have a good life right now. I got off at like 4 in the morning. I was coming from Atlanta, and that's like an hour and a half to get here. So we already had planned it out. I was like, I'm gonna work this last day, because if I work this up to this day, that means I get 3 weeks off, and then going into the new year, right? Yeah. That gives me an extra 3 weeks. And then
all planned out.
So I was like, so that gave me 6 weeks. And then on top of the 6 weeks, since it's a new year, it don't count out, it don't cut off the maternity leave, because men get maternity leave at a job just like women.
Right.
So if your wife is pregnant and she's having a baby, you get the same amount of time. No, you get 2 weeks less. So if she got 6, you got 4. So I was like, that gonna give me 10 weeks off of pay. So I was like, yo, you need to deliver this baby on this day. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to work up to this day, because that 10 weeks can go easily back down to 5.
Right.
Because it had, depending on how it lands. But we timed that thing so perfect. I took that one out. I was like, I'll tell you what, if you deliver any early, I'm still taking off on this day. You know what I'm saying? So, it happened. I took them 10 weeks. But I went to work. I went there. I got there about 6 o'clock. I cut the Cosby Show on. I dozed off. I probably dozed off for 30 minutes. When I woke up, everybody was in the room putting her on my chest. I was like, damn, you had the baby already?
Wow.
She was like, what was you? You was over there sleeping? The doc said, I was about to wake you up, but it seemed like you needed that. You know what I'm saying? I was like, nah, doc. You understand? I need to be up because I ain't gonna never let this story down. I would rather die delivering this baby.
My boyfriend's already like, man, when we gonna have another? And I'm looking like,
See, he wait till you got in that gym, so you come back and looking like Circus Soleil.
He been asking. And I'm just like, yeah, give me some time, I just, gotta come down a little bit more.
Nah, he said, she ain't a damn working them legs, them arms. Okay.
He be like, babe, I see the difference. Yeah, keep going to the gym. I'm just like, I'm gonna keep going.
Yeah. He like, it's a matter of time.
Nah, but I love going to the gym. It's like, not only is it a stress reliever, but it just feels good. And then they keep calling me coach because I go with two girls. They're like, you the coach because I'm the one that's...
You're the motivator of the group.
Yeah, and I'm the one that's lifting the heaviest weight. I don't have no problem doing a lot of certain things. Like, they're looking at me like, this girl could do squats with weights. Or this girl is on the Stairmaster doing 500 steps and we doing 100.
Yeah, I ain't doing that.
Man, that Stairmaster, I'm not going to lie. At first, I was like, oh, no. But then I said, let me try to push my limit. But as you keep going, you might be tired like when you first start. But as you keep going, it's just like it becomes natural.
Yeah,
you're
that's
just
what they
moving
say.
your legs and you're just like, okay, this is cool now.
I started off, because I go at 5 in the morning now. Mm-hmm. So I started off on the Stairmaster like, you know what? Just let me make a minute.
Yep.
All right, let me make 2 minutes. Let me make 3 minutes. Mm-hmm. Shit, by the time I got to 10, I couldn't find a towel, sweat going in my eye.
Look, I'm always trying to make sure I get a higher number every time I do the stairs. But then when it comes to treadmill, I'm making sure that my numbers are less when I do treadmill. Man,
Right.
I fell off the treadmill the other day because I was so beat trying to get to my number. And I'm like
Hit that
1
bloop, bloop.
second off and it was slowing down and everything. And I'm like, all right, maybe I could walk on it and catch myself. Man, I just fell backwards and I just laid there laughing. I was like, it's all good.
Nah, if I do the treadmill, I do a sprint walk for about an hour.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Then I got to put
an
it.
hour?
Yeah,
We just try to get a mile in. So we do a cardio and then we go. And then by the end of the night, we do like a stairs routine. But in between, we're working on like arm day, leg day, abs day or something,
Right.
or full body routine or something.
Now I'm in the gym for about 2.5, 3 hours. I go at 5 and then I get out there by 9. No, you know what? Well, the first 45 minutes is like I'm talking to myself. Like I get in the parking lot. I got to get my shoes. I'm looking at my shoes. I got the pre-workout. I'm looking at my headphones, making sure they charge. Then the pre-workout kick in. I'm like, let me run to the restroom. So I pulls up at 5:15.
Oh, so this is like a warm-up before the warm-up.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So after I get my shoes and stuff in hand, make sure my bag, make sure the headphones right. Then I go in the locker room. I change clothes. Then I stretch. Mm-hmm. Then I use the restroom. Come back, I stretch again. Sit down, watch a motivational YouTube video that's about 10 minutes long. So by the time I start my workout, I get, it's like now 6:15, 6:20, 6:30.
At this point, you might as well just turn around and go home.
Nah. It's a warm-up. Because, I don't go to bed till like 12, 1 o'clock. So getting up at 5, I'm still, my body's still sleeping.
Right.
So I'm really basically, when I put the C4 in, it's giving it a jolt when it's really supposed to be going to sleep. And then, but I know I got to take my daughter to school at 10. That's why I try to get at 6, get close to 3 hours in.
Yeah.
So once I get started, then I hit the treadmill. By that time, it's 6:30. I mean, I'm full warmed up. I got a sweat going on for them, my 30, 45 minutes of stretching. Because the older you get, the more you need to stretch. Because I wake up, if I lay on my shoulder wrong, I wake up, the shoulder hurt. If I sneeze too hard, I feel like I done threw my back out. You know what I'm saying? Ankles be hurting. Ain't no telling. But by the time I get started, I do get an hour cardio. I make sure I get an hour cardio in regardless. Mm-hmm. So once I get an hour cardio in, then really get it in, like I'm pouring down sweat, then I go do the workout.
Yeah. Man, let me tell you, now they upgraded Planet Fitness. They actually moved it across the street. But they also changed the treadmills. So, prior to we was on the old treadmills. It's like, all right, this is cool.
Yeah,
now the new ones,
little
it's
stronger.
so sleek. Man, we were like, nah, something's going on here. At 3.4, we walking fast as hell. We like, nah, we gotta run.
Planet Fitness said they trying to get rid of that reputation they
Man,
had.
I went to 5.6 and I'm just sprinting. I'm like, I feel like Usain Bolt.
They got leg press machines now.
Ooh, man, they got so much, but I noticed the difference, like just in going in, like, you know, we wear our little stomach wraps,
Yeah.
and our goal is to wear at least 3, like, you know, things underneath our clothes. And I'm just like, listen, this is a lot. I can't breathe.
I mean, that gym.
But it's forming the shape. I'm like, ooh, look at the shape when I get home. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to keep the 3, maybe 2.
That's when he looking like, okay, Circus Soleil. Okay. Keep playing.
I'm going to perform one day.
He gonna see this. I'm like, yo, she threatened you with a good time, player.
He's like, what am I going to do with you? Like, you're not even going to be able to leave the house. I'm like, well, damn.
See, he telling you he's getting ready to control the situation. You know what I'm saying?
It's all good. I'm a homebody anyway, I guess.
Like, yeah, give me $1. You know what I'm saying? Hey, so how's the spa business going?
So right now it is on pause.
Mm-hmm.
Now, don't get me wrong. If anybody comes and they're like, hey, can I get a service? Oh, I'll set up shop.
Right.
But right now I'm revamping a lot of things, especially because of the space. For me personally, I don't want to continue working out of my home. Like,
Right.
That's our space. But I mean, if we had a house, tax write-off. But
It's a good write-off.
yeah, so I'm just like, you know, I want to revamp and come back with that space I need to really have my sections of what I do. So eyelashes here, makeup, if I decide to do makeup, because a lot of people been asking, like, who does your makeup, or do you do makeup services? And I'm just like, nah, I just slay myself.
Right.
But they're like, you got to do makeup. Like this one girl, she was like, can you do my wedding? And I'm like, oh, shit.
You turned it down? Or you want to got that money?
I had to, because I didn't have all the things that I need to utilize, especially like for skin color. So
That's when you outsource your friend back in,
man,
work that equipment and outsource it right back out.
you're right.
Use them like they use you.
But I mean, for the
Not like that, excuse me. Not like that. I'm just saying, don't be afraid to work with friends and like-minded people that's around you
Right.
to get the job done, especially when y'all can make money together.
That's very true.
Yeah.
And I mean, I love my spa business, because at first I kept telling my mom, like, nah, I don't want to do nothing. But this was back then when
Right.
the only thing that was really popping was hair. But now you see people adding lashes to their own lashes. So it's like, okay, so there's more avenues. I don't have to just be the hair person, because I hate doing hair.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll do my hair. Anybody asks me to do hair, I will. But that's not really a service that I carry in my Sip and Wink Beauty Bar.
I'm with you because even the barbershop game changed. You just be able to go walk in and just get a quick shape up or tape up and walk out.
Man.
Now, boy, that beard get washed, beard getting treated, got different facials going
Beard
on.
oil.
Beard oil. This is all before the haircut. My
Man,
beard.
I seen somebody airbrushing
Yeah.
the top of their head because I was like, this is a thing too?
Yeah.
They were gluing toupees and stuff
Now,
on.
my barber was like one of the first guys in Macon to do it because I remember I came back. Well, it's not. Let me not say that because toupee's been out for forever.
Yeah.
But it's not. It hasn't really been accepted in the black community like that.
Mm-hmm.
But now, shout out to a lot of women in the beauty industry that started flipping wigs. Now, dudes out here flipping toupees. They catfishing hard. You know what I'm saying? But
I'm not even gonna hold you. If I was single and a dude came to me and he just, I would have been like, oh, all right. Yeah, I don't know about that.
you ain't
now.
want to cut the sides.
I was like, you went from 25 to 46
You know what
quick.
I'm saying? I'm just saying. The game has changed.
It has. But I mean, you know, a lot of times it is about appearance when it comes to, like, just by the natural eye, the first thing you see. So
So that goes back to what? Insecurities, right?
this is true. This is very true.
So everybody has their insecurities. You can always tell. But I know one thing. I told my barber, my insecurity was, even though I might go bald one day, I used to wear a lot of fitted hats. But one thing you ain't going to do is Beijing me at all. You know what I'm saying? Because me and him had a real discussion. Like, he was cutting my hair. No, he was cutting somebody else's hair. And he spent more time painting than he did cutting, trying to get that tape line right. Yeah. So it was my turn in the chair. And I was like, yo, what's that? This had to be like maybe 8 or 9 years ago. I didn't know what it was at the time. He was like, yo, that's that black ink. He's like, yo, wait, watch how your tape line gonna look. I was like, it's gonna look like it do without that, right? You know what I'm saying? He was like, nah, man, you gonna see. I was like, I don't want to see.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I was like, I tell you what, I will go bald before you put anything on it. I don't even really put chemicals in my hair. But I will go bald before you start adding some ink. This ain't even a tattoo. This shit gonna wash. What if? And then I was playing basketball at the old folks league at the time. So what if I start sweating? I just got black ink running down my face. Now you gonna get Jones and roasted while you out there. Like, nah, I ain't gonna be the roast guy.
Man, it's crazy, but I love trying new things.
Right.
But I love also being like the traditional person. Like, okay, I'll slay my wig, but most of my times people are like, oh, you wearing makeup? No, I'm not. I don't have on no mascara. This is actually my natural look. And they're like, girl, you lying. No, I'm serious. I used to get that all the time, and I'm just like, I don't know. There's women out there that sleep with makeup.
That is true.
I can't understand. My thing is, okay, I love the girls who could slay their face. I remember I was watching one video, and I promise you, this person put on about 10 layers of a face before they got to the eyeshadow. And I'm like, this must take about 3-4 hours to do. What time do you wake up?
Probably about 4.
Maybe 3.
Yeah. I didn't start doing facials until like last year, like face treatment. And I don't personally just go out and say, oh, I want to get a facial. I should get done at the house. Because my daughter, my youngest child, she's into doing makeup.
Yeah.
She a beast when it comes to sports. But once she home, oh, girly girl is all day. Yeah. So she ordered a whole bunch of facial stuff, like a facial spa. So me being daddy, I'm the test dummy. So she'd be so serious. She'd be in my face. And I'd be like, putting all this stuff in my face. I'm trying to watch the movie. Now she want me to film her doing it, and I'd be sitting here. So like at least once or twice a month, she comes in with her whole facial kit, little massager, little scrubbers, some other little thing to go on, this little gold thing that goes on my face, take it off. She exfoliating, and I'm sitting here like,
yeah, I love doing facials. That's my top service at my beauty bar. Because it's relaxing. Like, if you're the type to fall asleep, I can't tell you. My motto is, if you come in my chair and I hear, then I know I'm doing something right.
Oh, I'm sorry, baby. You winning, but every time my daughter, she winning.
Every single time somebody comes and I hear them start falling asleep, I'm like, yep, that's the ticket right there. I got the music going for you.
She made me a
steamer.
I need to give her, cause every time she does mine, my face be feeling golden. I look in the mirror and be like, well, it's going to glow.
Just walk out there and just
I don't even walk. I be like, yo, you have a barbershop? I got to come and get a quick cut real quick. I got to run over and get it cut up so I can make sure this glow works all the way through.
I know your wife be like, just look at him.
She be like, no. She be like, I can't believe you let her do this to you every other week. Every other week, you would let her do this
the support.
The whole hour and a half. I be like, why you don't let her do you?
I let her do me. Come on.
She be like, you see how focused she be?
I'm like, even though my thing is a lot of people, we all are going to find somebody that's in the same industry as us, but we also have different experiences. Like, for instance, you got your podcast, I got my podcast. We could be talking about 2 different things on our podcast.
Oh, we do?
Yeah. So, but when it comes to like the beauty field, so many people are in that field. But I'm also supportive where I'm just like, okay, I do facials, but you do facials. I'm going to come try your facial. Yeah. I want to see what you got.
I might learn something.
Exactly. And people don't realize that it's always a competitive vibe with people instead of working with each other and being like, hey, so how do you think I could craft this? It's not to say that, you know, their business is still going to be called cat beauty bar or something.
And it's enough for all of us out there.
Yeah.
It's more than enough.
I mean, I just walked by a nail salon the other day that I'm going to tomorrow, and they have a whole wine bar. And I'm like, this is exactly my vision for my Sip and Wink beauty bar.
Oh, you went there to get ideas.
Man.
I'm with you.
Oh, yeah.
I'm all about getting ideas.
I seen the waterfall. I said, mine ain't going to be that big. I'm going to probably start out with the little waterfall.
They got koi fish. I ain't never thought about koi fish.
Oh, they got a koi fish? Well, one day I'm going to get a shark.
You know what I'm saying? Piranhas.
Well,
with a glass floor. So
Not
I can
the
walk.
piranha.
I want my floor to be glass so I can walk in the shark.
It might be time to go
swimming.
feed the piranha. Your hand accidentally slipped.
You know what I'm saying? God, you know you gotta go out strong. I want my pool table to be sinking right in the corner of all crystals.
Look, I'm gonna have that pool table with the water in it, so it's gonna look all nice.
So when you hit that ball and hit the water, you see the waves.
Right?
You're like, what the hell? You spend more money getting
Look, there's somebody out there doing this stuff though,
Yeah.
because how many times have we seen videos that pop up on the internet, and we probably had the thought before the person that actually did it.
yeah.
Man, that girl that's been going viral, period. I'm like, man, I seen a video of her walking and people are running to her to get her autograph. I'm like, you cannot be serious.
Oh, you can't tell my 12-year-old that wasn't popping. She get in the car. Period. 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 I'm like, what the hell is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? What did I miss? She's like, oh, you ain't see it? I was like, nah. That's how I found out about it, because I was like,
Yeah,
I'm about to
was
get you
like,
some help.
what? I was like, what is period out period? And then I seen the video and I'm like, oh my gosh. And then, you know, people are first making fun of it, but then it becomes popular. People are rapping behind it now.
Yeah.
I seen Lil Wayne's daughter Reginae rapping to it. Now everybody's doing. I'm like, man.
Because we jump on trends quick.
trends,
Yeah.
yeah.
Whatever the trend is, we jumping on that trend ASAP. Because it helps us stay in the algorithm.
This is true.
Quote unquote.
Sometimes I miss some of them.
I miss a lot of them. I got a lot going on.
I'd be like, what is that?
You know what I'm saying? First of all, this podcast takes time. A lot of people don't realize it takes time. It's like a real production. You're talking about cameras,
The
mics,
commitment
audio.
alone, just the commitment of
Right.
making sure that you're consistently posting and putting out for people.
Constantly. My mama, my mama hit me up yesterday, and she was like, "Hey, you got the same dude on the podcast with the same outfit every day," and I was like, "What are you talking about?" She's like, I've been watching your podcast, but y'all got the same outfit on. Why y'all keep posting the same different podcasts with the same outfit?" And I was like, "Mom, what are you talking about?" She was like, "And why is it only 1 minute long?" I was like, "Oh, you watching reels?" So I was like, "That ain't the whole show. Them are clips." She was like, "What you talking about?" I said, "Hold on, let me send you the link to the actual podcast."
Oh, yeah.
I said, "The link." She was like, "Oh, I didn't realize it was an hour, 20 minutes long." She said, "I was wondering, baby, like, I get on Facebook and I watch it all, but I kept wondering why the conversation
These
weren't
reels be having
consistent."
people fooled.
She thought it was a whole podcast for a
Yeah,
minute.
because at first I seen Instagram come with reels. I didn't even know Facebook had reels until after a certain point. And then YouTube, and I'm like,
Yeah, YouTube got shorts.
yeah, and I'm like, why is this video so short? Isn't she supposed to be talking about more than this? And then I'm like, oh, okay.
It's your
You gotta
advertisement.
click into stuff.
Yeah, you got to click it. That's your advertisement.
Look, but I mean, I love my podcast right now. Like I said, I'm gonna be revamping for that too.
What you going to do different?
I want to get a nice backdrop.
Okay.
Like a nice backdrop so I can start doing videos, because everybody's like, oh, is it on YouTube? And I'm like,
Yeah.
if it does go on YouTube, you're going to listen to it. You're not going to see me.
It don't feel the same now.
Right.
You don't feel the same.
Yeah. So I'm just like, I got to get on camera. But I'm the type of person where I'm bougie. I'm not going to lie to you. If I have to try to find the money and hustle up the money just to get the equipment needed so it could look great, because that was the same thing with my artistry when I was a rapper.
Right.
Like when I went out to perform in New York, Oh, I went to Cardi B's nail salon. I did not care how much I paid. I got Jenny to do my nails. I was in the private room, and I was like, listen, Jen, as long as I could post this and Cardi B sees this, then that give me enough relevancy.
Right.
And then I was at SOBs. I had my dancers in New York.
Not SOBs.
Yes.
I used to go there a long time ago.
I had my dancers in New York while I was out here still preparing for the show, making sure the sound was great, the quality was great. So now when I'm in New York, I'm practicing the routine with the dancers.
Right.
Because that's really realistic. Artists, they're not always able to be with the dancers, so they have someone come up the routine, then they come in.
And then jump into the routine.
And that was me at that time. I'm not going to lie to you. When after my performance, I got a call instantly. You need to come back and host, like, you need to be the headline. And I'm like, oh, for real? Like, but then so much happened after that. Reality kicked in, but the experience of being in the entertainment world as an artist myself it's tough. And just being like an independent artist that's trying to come up and you're like working off of little money.
Right.
Versus those that are out there and they're like, oh yeah, my daddy was a hustler and he got the money since I was young, so I'm able to do this. That wasn't the case for me.
It's not the case for a lot of people.
Yeah.
It's not the case for a lot of people. Whether it's rap business or entrepreneur business, it's always gonna be hard, especially when you think you don't have the funding to get the things done, but you're trying to make this happen and get this accomplished, and you're doing it by yourself, and you get a little or no help. It's always gonna be difficult. The thing is how you persevere through that.
Right. I'm trying to find a friend like Cash Doll. I'm trying to find a friend like Cash Doll who was like, listen, girl, I got you. We gonna come up together. Because there's a lot of, we see it now. There's so many people, and I see these posts every day on Facebook where they're like, oh, nobody wants to support anybody. Like, friends are not supporting friends as they used to. It's always strangers. But I'm like, it's been like that in a way. You guys are just taking notice for those who want to be an entrepreneur. It's always been like that. How many times have you went into a random salon to get your hair done? You were a stranger to that person.
But you know why? And let me get my spill on that. Right. I think strangers support you because they don't know you.
Exactly.
But the people around you, depending on if you grew up, especially a lot of folks, you grew up with these folks, they're like, oh, you just decided to be a rapper? Yeah. You don't even rap for a week, really?
Right.
You want me to buy your CD? Like, they're going to talk shit. Some people going to talk trash. And then don't forget, just because you're local don't mean everybody locally knows exactly what's going on. There's so much stuff that happens in different cities. And other artists are trying to move in different cities. But what are you doing to get noticed?
Right.
Are you throwing the parties and hosting your own parties and making them pop off, or are you waiting for somebody to call you to come to a party?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And so that's where I see, like, when I was out there, I wasn't rapping, but I was doing the business part of it.
Let me hear you rap now.
sound like Heavy D. diddly D.
All right. We know whose career should just be where it is.
Right there. You know what I'm saying? But you could just tell certain artists, like when you're working with artists, and they'd be like, yo, especially back then when you had to move CDs and you had street teams posting up flyers.
Oh, yeah.
You can walk into an open mic with 30 people, but you trying to tell me you can't get them same 30 people to run around the city and drop your flyers or posters up on the wall. Mm-hmm. But you got them to support you to come to this open mic.
Yeah.
You sold them tickets. Come on now. Let's do the math. You can't get them same people to help you move what you're trying to move, create a buzz. Mm-hmm. Throw your own, like the people I always, like I seen throw their own shit, take the money from what they made at the doors or whatever, because you ain't gonna get the bar. Everybody know that. You might get a percentage. They take that, go buy the T-shirts and stuff, and go ahead and book the venue again for another event. Promote the party, get with a promoter, and now they start growing their buzz. Now everybody in the city know you coming to kill his show. My
thing is, I feel like a lot of people don't take the time to believe in the dream or
or the journey.
Yeah, the journey. They're just like, oh, I'm going to support you or I'm going to help you. But they only help for like 2 weeks and they're like, well, where's the money? You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, but this takes time,
It takes a lot of time. It's rare it's rare that you get an overnight celebrity.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And these overnight celebrity these days are just people will pick on social media.
Right now, the person that I seen that was kind of like overnight to me or us, I guess you could say, because how fast it happened, was Glorilla in recent.
I don't think so.
I know she's been doing music for a minute, but as far as like, what was it, the hip hop awards? Usually like, okay, Lotto, let's take Lotto for example, because I've worked with Lotto years ago. And she had like a little backpack thing that I ended up performing at too. But Lotto, she was out, and I want to say not in the same year, but the year after, or it was 2 years after, she finally got on the BET Hip Hop.
Right.
Now with Glow, she just got signed this year.
She just got signed, but don't forget, she was still moving in the city for the last couple of years, though.
Right. And
so that can't be overnight.
Right. So, but,
and two, you get on these awards because you got one of the hottest songs.
Mm-hmm.
So if her song wasn't hot,
but to the naked eye, like people looking and they're like, they're like, whoa, like this is quick. But some people, when they watch certain careers and they're like, oh, Cardi B, because Cardi B was on Love and Hip Hop.
Right.
Cardi B didn't go onto the BET Hip Hop Awards until like maybe a year and a half, 2 years
You can
later.
say the same thing for DaBaby when he 1st jumped on the scene.
Mm-hmm.
He went straight 5, 6 songs on the BET Award.
Yeah.
But not knowing people, he done been in the game years before that, pushing his own stuff. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So it might seem like that, but in reality, these people also been working.
Yeah.
Because in two, you know they've been working because now that they're there, they know how to stay there.
Right, exactly.
It's the people that get there. You can tell the people that was overnight because they get there and they get stuck. And then they trying to figure it out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You got to, even though you might be an artist, you got to want to learn within that artistry because there's been so many that got kicked in the ass because they don't know the financial part of it and money being taken right out from underneath them. So I would say, like, even just being an artist, it makes me want to help artists. And that was another thing that I was passionate about, like opening up an artist development studio. And even if I can't do that right now, people can still come to me and say, hey, what's a good venue to go to? Like, you know, and I tell them because I know these things. And, oh, how do you write music? And I tell them how I did it.
Right.
You know, I used to write poetry. So if I have a beat, add words, eliminate words, and then there it goes. It flows.
I thought he used to write the poetry.
Man. And the song that I did release, My Nigga, that song, I want to say this lady, she was like, I just need for you to change this last ending part. I was like, okay, cool. Went in the studio, and they was like, that's it. It just comes natural to some people.
Right.
Now I'm probably just good. I don't know how to rap no more.
Yeah, so you been out the game. You a mommy now.
Been out the game.
Them
for
bars
like
ain't coming the
years.
same way. It's more like
I tried one day. I put on a beat and I was like, all right, time to go.
Sat on the wall.
Time to
Humpty Dumpty had a great fall.
Mary had a little lamb.
Oh, the horse was all like me. Hey! You know what I'm saying?
Shoot, I probably sounded like Coco Melon.
You know what I'm saying? I would say you're a Nickelodeon mama now. Your bars have gone.
A word party. That's what it is all day.
So what you got coming up next? Like, what's your next thing?
So right now for me, I'm just working ultimately on just the podcast. And then once I see something from that, I do plan on putting that towards my Sip and Wink. We're trying to get a house too. So that we have more space for that. We can take in clients. So yeah, that's really where I'm at right now. Just formulating a plan in my mind.
Putting a plan to work, making things happen. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yes.
So let these people know where they can find you.
At home. No, I'm kidding.
Literally, I'm putting that shit in the status. When you go get the description and read, and I'm going to put social media at home.
Nah, you guys can find me on Facebook, Instagram. I'm on Twitter.
I was about to say, why are you looking at me?
Now I'm on Twitter. Cause I never used to be heavy on Twitter, but
I think I'm gonna get off of Twitter now that oh boy took over Twitter.
It's so dry. to be honest. But I have, you can find me on Facebook, Soleil City Podcast 2.
To what?
The number 2.
Oh, I think like 2, like it's 2 something. Okay.
Nah, and then, if you want to follow me on Instagram, that's Soleil City Podcast there as well, Soleil. If you want to follow my personal page, it's The Real Queen Soleil.
Everything Soleil.
Everything.
Because she rides solo.
You know why? You know what Soleil means?
Nah.
It's sun in French.
Oh, so you like,
So
that
I'm
makes.
shining.
That's why
So
it's.
Soleil City, I'm shining in your city.
I see. I wasn't even thinking like that. I was thinking circus shining. So when he walks in the room.
But see, you can get a little bit of both. I'm performing in your city. I can't with you. I be fooling with you too much.
The sun is shining in your city. It's another episode of No BS Podcast with the shining in your city Soleil. Thank y'all for joining and tuning in. Don't forget the like button, the subscribe button, and go follow us on all major platforms from iHeart, Spotify, Apple, and Google Podcasts. And we are out. Peace.
Later.